AP Seminar is a foundational course that aims to equip students with the power to analyze and evaluate information with accuracy and precision in order to craft and communicate evidence-based arguments. The teacher for this course is Ms. Cosio. As for the textbook, we don't have, we just read whatever book Ms. Cosio makes us read, and for our class's case, it was Animal Farm. Other reading will come from the packets Ms. Cosio gives you, mini assignments, and the articles that you use for your essays. You will be taking notes, but it's really just like in the first few weeks of the semester. All the notes you write are important, and it's even more important to put them in one single notebook without anything else. Even though there's not going to be a lot, it's just in case. And when you are taking these notes, it's important to make them digestible for yourself, like making sure you know what you're talking about and to make sure that you understand and learn it in your own way. There's a bunch of mini assignments at the beginning of the year. There's nothing major. There's just assignments here and there, argument through images if Ms. Cosio's still doing that, work about the book you're reading at that time. But the main 3 assignments you do in this class are the IRR, the IWA, and the EOC. For the IRR, you will get into a team of around 3 to 5 people, and you guys pick a topic. Say like drug addiction or crime, gun laws, whatever. And you pick a lens. These lenses are environmental, scientific, economic, political and historical, artistic and philosophical, cultural and social, futuristic, or ethical. And you write an essay from the lens that you pick, because your partners will also be picking other lenses and you can't have the same one. But in this essay, it's around 1,200 words, it's not that much, and your team will be putting together a 6 to 8 minute long presentation after the essay. And know that this presentation will also be recorded. And, it's in front of the whole class as well. For the IWA, it is individual, unlike the IRR. This is all by yourself. And when you're starting this assignment, you get a collection of articles. For my class, we got a big packet, and they all have one thing in common. And in our case, it was nostalgia or just memory of the past. And you're tasked to select 2 of these articles out of the whole packet you get, and take those 2 articles and come up with a new idea that still relates to both of those articles. And then you write an essay, and that's 2,200 words, 1,000 more than our last assignment. And when you're writing, make sure to mention those articles that you picked, and say how you got your topic from those articles, putting it in your essay. And just like the IRR, you will also be working on a presentation. It's all by yourself, by the way, just remember that. And it's also 6 to 8 minutes long, recorded in front of the whole class. And for the EOC, there are 2 parts. There's part A and part B. You get 1 article for part A and 4 for part B. Part A is broken down into 3 separate parts: A1, A2, and A3. A1 is identify the author's arguments, main idea, or thesis, and that is 1 to 3 points. A2 is explain the author's line of reasoning and identifying claims used for argument. That is 2, 4, 6 points. It's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it's 2, 4, 6. A3 is evaluate the effectiveness of evidence to support the claim for the argument. That is also 2, 4, 6 points. For part B, you read around 5 articles. You pick 2, make a connection to create a new topic, and write an essay. There are 4 rows. First one is establish argument, 2, 4, 6 points, just like the part A. Row 2, establish argument again, 2, 4, 6 points. Establish argument, 2, 4, 6 points. Row 3, select and use evidence, 2, 4, 6 points as well. And row 4, apply convention, 2, 4, 6 points. It's important to remind yourself that this is really just a class and it's not that big of a deal. Unless you really care about your grade and that's all you just care about, then that's fair. But to combat this when it feels too much, you should just ground yourself and, use distractions like going online, like taking a break, talking to friends, doing whatever, and really just writing down your feelings or anything else that can just distract you from this class and what assignment you're currently doing. And for the exam, it's not as bad as you may think it will be. I personally stressed really hard before I started it, but as I sat down in the hall and actually took the test, it was really easy to do. The EOC is practice for the final AP exam, and so it follows the same rules. Part A, Part B, you write the synopsis for Part A, and then you do the essay for Part B. That's really it. It's easy to do and get it over with when you have a structure. Having a structure is good to focus more easily on what you're going to do and how you're going to go through the exam. I said I was going to spend 30 minutes on part A. For part B, I wrote 25 minutes to read all 4 to 5 sources, 10 minutes to plan, 50 minutes to write, and 5 minutes to revise. That is 1 hour and 40 minutes total for part B. And the 30 minutes from part A would make it the full 2 hours of the exam. Finishing part B isn't that important if you cover everything that is needed. And really, the only thing you should do at the last 10 to 5 minutes of this exam is to review everything, like spelling and awkward writing, because if you don't, then that in itself could bring your score down. The advice I would give you is to not slack off or put aside any assignment, because you will get off track and it will be virtually impossible to get back on. And do not use AI, because Miss Kosio will know, and it's even worse when College Board detects it, because it's not really worth it. Just write it yourself. Uploading to College Board is hard to navigate when you've never used the website before. You click My AP Classroom, you go to AP Seminar, obviously, and you click AP Digital Portfolio, and then you'll see it right there on the columns, and you pick whatever assignment it is. You carefully put the information in, put the right file, and you're done. And to access EBSCO, you still stay in AP Digital Portfolio. You click on Class Summary Overview, you scroll down to see access EBSCO through here, something like that, but it'll be under the EBSCO column. It's easy to see. And that's my guide for AP Seminar. It's a pretty hard class, and it made me want to cry a lot of times. It made me cry once. But you look back on it, and it's just really not that difficult. You just have to keep a good pace, and just not slack off, and be lazy. That's it.